lot of great people in the fight game. Here comes one right now. Jerry Rosenberg. Fighter, trainer, entrepreneur, does it all.
Dog owner.
And
Dog
he
owner.
even loves animals. Which is the most beautiful part of it all.
That's it. Just another day in the gym, see what I mean? This could go on for days. Nothing to do, boring. Just maybe 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, you're working with people you're having fun with. But I got this actor guy coming in now. I'm going to work with him. I got my fighter this afternoon. I got one hedge funds guy with money. So I get a hedge funds guy, an actor, a fighter. I get a school teacher later, and I get another guy that owns a restaurant. So I mean, you know, so I make the money off all those people that aren't fighters. That way I can just have some time to spend with the fighters to develop talent. You only can do that in LA and New York. Because other boxing gyms, they're just boxing people. But out here, we get that entertainment world. We have actors and people in show business that they're kind of romantic about boxing. They kind of dig it. Bill collector. I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna answer. Well, boxing in Hollywood, it's always had a connection. You know, John L. They've made movies about John L. Sullivan, about Ali, Joe Louis, Ray Robinson. You know, they'll be making one about De La Hoya, I'm sure, or whatever. And the other people, people are just fascinated with boxing for some reason. It draws the low lights and it draws, well, you know, successful people too. What do you got? You gotta come here, work, do your job, go home. You don't hang around. People like me hang around the gym. You're a fighter, you come in. It's like a class in school. You go to class, the bell rings, you go home or whatever. But you know, see, you can look bad, but if you can fight, even looking bad, you're still good. I mean, you can do things wrong and be successful at it because you can fight. And that sounds weird, but you know, you teach this way, but if a guy does, like at Ali. Ali did everything wrong. He carried his hands down, he pulled away from punches, he never threw a body punch in his life. And he's maybe the greatest fighter that ever walked. At least the greatest heavyweight. You know, so, you know, you teach away, but, you know, he did everything wrong, and he was still the best at what he did. Back then there was like 8 divisions. You know, then they started getting big, and they put the junior division, junior welterweight, junior middleweight. They made the cruiserweight. Then they started making different champions: WBC, WBA, IBF. They started mixing them up instead of 8 weight classes and 8 world champions. they moved up to 12 weight classes with like four champions in each division. So a top 10 contender back in the day was the top 10. Now it's we're at a point where there's 50 top 10. You know, 5 different organizations, 10 different fighters in each one. So the talent is not what it was to be a contender. It meant more to be a contender back in the day than it does now. Now it's just pretty easy to get ranked, especially in like a heavyweight. Heavyweight's so hard to find with talent. Trying to find some good heavyweights, it's pretty tough. That's what everyone likes because they're the punches and you see more knockouts in the heavyweight. But the talented guys are usually between 140 and 160. Those are the best fighters. But I don't know. Still, the hardest thing to find is somebody that wants to do it because there's no money in there. Now, these divisions, it's not even about the WBA, WBC, it's more about Pacquiao and Hopkins or De La Hoya. They're bigger than the division. They're bigger than the WBC. So they could be stripped of their title and they'd still make money. It's not about the title anymore, it's about the fighter. My favorite heavyweights, Joe Louis, Ali, Ezra Charles. I don't know, I love Holyfield too, I love Joe Frazier. I like Tyson, but I wanted Tyson to beat. He had potential to become one of the greatest ever. And when he was up in the mountains with Cus D'Amato and training up there, he was happier then than he was when he was worth $100 million. The guys that have been around the game, he was impressing everybody, but there was still, he had to get in there with a guy like Douglas. Douglas's father was a fighter and he helped him get a game plan to fight Mike. And Mike, he handled Mike easy. See, Mike was always good when he was winning because he wasn't used to having tough fights. Every fight was just a blowout. So when you get in a tough fight, he kind of got scared. You know, you get scared because you've never been there before. You've never been losing. So it's kind of scary, and it's how you deal with your fear. He dealt with his fear. He couldn't control his fear. I'm not gonna pay that bill either. They're chasing me. They're bill collectors. They don't mean nothing. They don't mean anything to me. ain't a fighter, man. For every 1,000 guys walk in there, maybe one is gonna be a fight for the title. A million guys walk in, maybe one become a Hall of Famer. You know, you have to love it. That's all. You just have to love it, and you have to be happy with what you're doing. There's Pacquiao down the street, and Freddie Roach. You're like the highest you could possibly be right now. You got me right here, waiting for Hector, talking to you guys. But you know, I'm basically happier than Freddie is. A lot of people don't know him. You know, don't know how to be happy. Pacquiao. He killed Floyd next. He killed Floyd. Hey, he beat De La Hoya. He beat Floyd. He beat half. What? Here? You want that? Floyd's done. Floyd's a punk and you're a punk.
Okay, we'll see you guys.
You've made more comebacks than Floyd has. You. He's had 4 comebacks already. He's only had 2 fights. Come on. That comes in once a year to train. Not you. You're just starting back. Take your time. This guy has never pushed up in 4 years. He's been here. Uno más. I'm trying to pick up my Spanish a little. You don't blame you're out of the gym. Out! No! Okay. Wow. This kid you're about to see is 16 years old. Been in the gym about, what, 3 months? Yeah. 3 months. He just got what it takes. He's also smart. He takes French in school. Speaks Spanish, French, and English.
Little French, not that much.
Well, you're getting better at it. You know? Say something in French.
Je parle français beaucoup.
Which means?
Speak a lot of French.
Jim! Macka. What are you doing? Who's this? Right hand. Jab. 1, 2. Move. Jab. Push-ups. Trying to find a diamond in the rough. That's what I'm looking for. My whole life I haven't had one. I've had one close. This is the next one. This is the beginning of the journey. It's going to take like 5, 6, 7 years. I'm still around. If he's still around. Who knows? Once in Vegas, I played a keno ticket, 8 spot, 50,000. Time I left the casino, I had 18. 3 weeks later, I was broke.
You get a hotel room, right? They give you a suite. Yeah, they put you up.
I wouldn't even get a room. I was living. Yeah, I was living like a white man.
It's over?
It's over.
No more for him. All the money's gone.
Yeah. It was only 50 grand, not like I had 50 million.
Never had 50 grand.
I know I'd gamble it all away. Maybe not. Maybe
Is
I'd
that
be
camera
smart.
on? Boxers, by and large, are degenerate gamblers also.
Yep.
There's one right here.
Future degenerate gambler.
There's one right here. We'll bet on
Gambling, eating, fighting. All
Fucking.
three of those.
Fucking.
That's what we love.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 F's. Feasting, fighting, fucking.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And what about the gambling? Where's the F for gambling?
That's a word. That could be fucking off in fornication.
Yeah, there's no F, so it's the 3 F's and G.
3 F's and a G.
3 F's and a G.
That's the boxer's diet. Gambling and women? Isn't that what they used to
No.
say?
Woolly Pep's problem: fast women and slow horses. Every horse he bet on was slow, and every woman he was with was a fast chick.
Yeah.
He was like 5'5". Every chick he had was 6'2", 6'3".
Like long-legged.
Yeah. I'm asking him about. No, you gotta ask me if you
Okay.
say you want to be a fighter and you want me to train. Hey, how you doing, young man?
I'm Joel Mills. Good to meet
Joel
you.
Mills out of Canada.
Yeah.
Did you fight on that run?
Yeah.
That was you?
Yeah, I ended up losing the close decision there. But
Tough fight. How can I help you, Joel?
I was just wondering if you could put me through the mitts sometime. Maybe give me a few pointers. I'm just looking for a little guidance.
Joe, I was thinking about doing that, but then I heard about your sexual preference. Dogs?
That got out again. You know, that's water under the bridge. That's the old me. You know, I've made some
Wally?
changes.
Don't you come here a minute?
Yeah, it's a good looking dog you
Wally,
got over
come
there.
here. Now, is this turn you
What's
on?
up, buddy?
Does that turn you on at all? Is that what you like? No.
Come here, listen, show how to use the push. You see the best on the speed back.
This is the worst idea that you two have ever freaking
Hey,
had.
we should have never put us on camera. Listen, you don't give her a hell of a
Never to have their freaking...
She just likes it. See how she comes out?
I know I should laugh. There's something about that one. No, but any two people that don't need bigger egos, two right here.
How many times we got this guy?
By the name of Jack Terrell. I met him, he was like in 1960, 1970, he was like 70 years old. But he started training me when I was 1965. He would make the chalk outline of my feet. Then he would make it here, and he would make it here, here. So we get in front of the mirror, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like the 4-step, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after a while, 1 jab, over, jab. Constantly doing that. Then the 1, 2, then the hooks, working. Then you do that. Then he's teaching about head movement. balance and relaxation. And kids are like this. They're real tight, you know, like that. You got to be able to spot that where you can try to get the kid to relax, think like a fighter, look like a fighter. You know, you get nothing. It's like a piece of clay. You got to mold it into a machine, like a fighting machine. Some guys, short guys, you make shorter. Some guys are sluggish. Other guys are tall, you make them boxers. You know, different stuff like that. But that was my first trainer, that Jack Drill. And every day he'd go to the gym, he'd put you in front of the mirror, constantly doing the same thing over and over, repetition. And if you didn't get sick of it, kept coming back, he would teach you a little more, teach you a little more. But he didn't give it all. Like the first day you were there, you had to show that you really wanted to be a fighter. But that was good about him. Then when I got older, I hooked up with, you know, Chuck Bodak, who's worked with Ali in the amateurs and worked with a lot of fighters like that. You know, everyone I've been with, been in Vegas for 14 years training, so I was talking to Eddie Fudge, Johnny Taco, Chuck Bodak, Miguel Diaz. Miguel, I was, you know, working with those guys, picking their brain, learning about the game. That's how I became a pretty good trainer. But, you know, it's a tough business. It's, you know, there's no money in it for when you're training kids. All you get is you get a little joy out of training them, but you don't make any money. Other guys, when you work with the pros, you make money. But, you know, a lot of those guys aren't happy. You know, what I like to do, come to the gym every day and teach the boxing, teach the basics, the footwork, the balance, the breathing, the mental stuff. A lot of trainers don't teach that. They're always teaching the physical. I like to teach the mental. I like to teach defense first. Most people teach offense first. I go the other way. I teach defense first. And then offense is easier than defense. It's easier to play offense. It's tough to play defense. Just like in basketball and football, defense wins games. So does in boxing. Defense wins fights. Plus, you don't get your brain scrambled. You don't end up, you know, with problems. A lot of health problems involved in boxing. Getting a guy ready for a fight, that's different than teaching a guy how to fight. You already get the product, you already get the fighter. You don't have to teach him anything. You can show him a technique that might be helpful in the fight. But he already knows how to fight. You just gotta find a system to beat the opponent. Working with kids, they're constantly making mistakes. So you're constantly making adjustments, making them, you know, so as a trainer, you learn how to teach the game. You learn how to see if a kid is relaxed. You can spot those little things. Whereas a big time trainer, he doesn't need that. He's already got the talent. And he's just trying to find a way to win that big fight. Well, who's a better trainer? You need both. You need a guy to teach a guy at the beginning, and you need a guy that can bring him home to the title, can work that big fight, knows how to handle it. Like Holyfield's first trainer, he taught him how to fight. Ali's first trainer, he was the one that got him interested in the game.
One more shot, and we'll do some after.
This guy gets some talent. Good kid. I get him at the right age. He's the last fighter I want to work with. He's the last fighter I want to train and be a part of his career. Because he really has got some good skill, good talent. But, you know, like I said, that's the hardest thing to find, talent. You know, you get guys with desire, they love the game, they will do anything, but they just can't fight. So, you know, fighters are born. When they're born, then you teach them, you show them how to fight. But the fight, you hit a fighter, bang, he's right back. You hit other people, you know, they back up or whatever. But fighters are born. Just show them how to jujitsu, all karate, all judo, all Tog McGraw, none of them. I'm a perfectionist. I'm one sport. Paul, Muay Thai, the best Muay Thai coach in the city.
That's right.
Okay? The state. Fuck, that's 2 cents for Muay Thai. Oh, hey, good kid.
I know Macka talks a lot of shit, but he knows what's up.
Good. He's been to Bangkok.
Been?
He's been to the jungle.
Lived.
Lived in the jungle.
Earned the
Fought.
stripes.
Earned his stripes. Tiger stripes.
Real stripes.
Come on over, I'll take you to a real friend. Two on the heavy, 2 on the double end, 2 on the speed. Try to be on balance, try to be good. All that jab, I want the jab right. Play defense too, put those hands high. There you go, nice. Setting, resetting, working that jab. Move that jab around, left eye, right eye, nose, teeth, move it around. Working your teeth, too. Make those punches. There you go, there you go. Make a miss. Breathing, relaxing. Dead jab going. Well, man, we're gonna find out Saturday. We're having our first fight. We're excited. I don't want to be too excited because I want him to keep his cool. I want him to be professional. Even though it's his first fight, he's a smart enough kid to understand how big relaxation really is. Everything is relaxation. Everything in life. Move. See those punches, slip them, pick them off, calm it. That's it. That's it. and miss, pick them off. Straight. Take that defense, go on defense, make them miss. That's it. That's it. You gotta pick it up, you gotta pick it up. That's it. Breathe away, boy. Get that oxygen, man. Get that brain food. Let them come. Sidestepping, make them go by. Great. Hands up inside now. Don't get lazy. Work it. That's it. Set it up, set it up. Get the air, get the air, get the air. One more, that's one. That's good. Right. Nice and relaxed. Right. Good.
And I always get this attitude the most. Yeah. I totally respect for the answer. Just work through it.
Stay focused, don't get lazy. Get lazy on the outside, it's okay. Get lazy on the inside. Get lazy. Those punches. Nice and relaxed. Keep that pat. don't forget, we need one of those tank tops.
Oh, yeah. Need a regular one?
Yeah, plain, black, white.
I have one.
Yeah, nice. Now you get one mouthpiece, right?
I got 3.
3, yeah. Take 2, and then like.
Oh, yeah, I got some gloves too.
What?
Gloves?
No, just with the hand wraps. I don't want to get too fancy with cigars and stuff. I just want to like everybody else. We're trying to get some Mexican wraps. I like those better. setting up. You regulate that breathing, man. That's everything. Anytime you breathe, you think of the word relax. Breathe and relax. Good. That's good. Good. Take them off. It's a tough sport. I don't even like boxing. I like teaching it, but it's boxing is like life. Most people don't reach their goals in life. Most people don't reach their goals in boxing. You know, a guy wanted to be a president, he became a governor. A guy wanted to be a pro basketball player, he played in college or whatever. He took it to as far as they would go. But, you know, it's a simple It's, you know, don't get in boxing for money. You got to get in for love. Because you may never make money. You know, you have to love what you're doing. Best fighter I ever worked with was James Tony. Super talent. I worked with him for 10 years. Freddie was the main trainer, but I did all the work. And that was great working with him. I learned so much working the mitts with him and watching him. He made me a better trainer because he's a natural. He's a bond fighter. You know, worked with him. I've been around Pacquiao. I've been Pacquiao's camp. I've worked with him in the corner with Freddie. I've worked with Israel Vasquez. Worked with different guys. But, you know, Virgil Hill was one of my favorites. He held the title for, you know, a long time, long defenses. But, you know, pros, when it becomes a business, it takes a little of the love away from the game because it's more about money. And money gets involved with stuff. It gets kind of, you know, shady. Not really, I don't know, dirty, but shady. But, you know, when they're doing it for money, you're taking the love out of it a lot of times. When I was a guy, well, I was in the 70s. The 70s one of the greatest eras in boxing. Ali, Boston. When I was a fighter, I came back from Vietnam, and I wasn't really into the fight, but I had to do something, so like that. But things were different when I come back from Nam because I was just a little, I don't know, unhappy for a while or something. But I don't know. When I was a fighter, I've taken dives. I've bet on the other guy. You know, I've owed money to people. I've got in trouble with bookmakers. You know, and I was on that side. I was around. I used to have to collect money for guys, and, you know, go around with guys, and pick things up. Just the shady side of boxing. That was only for a while. Then I got out of that. I owe everything to boxing. I don't have anything, but everything I do have, I owe to boxing. You know, I love it. I have a daughter. She's 30. I have a grandson. I haven't seen my daughter in a while. I haven't seen my grandson. I've talked to him on the phone a lot, but just so simple. My life is so simplified. Home, gym, home. You know, there's no romance in my life. There's none of that. The only romance is boxing. That's my wife. She can get bills.
Right hook, you get a good right hook, you work on everything. The right hook works better for the body than the head. You back the guy up with the jab, you get inside, you get him on the hook, bang, bang, that right hook works good there. Hey, you know how to play, you can do anything. About breathing, relaxing, and the jab. That's what I'm talking about. That's what Lynn James does. Okay. Last round. Nice and relaxed. Show me some speed. Breathe while you're working. Breathe while you're. Let those hands go. You're in control. You relax while you're doing that. You gotta be in control when you're doing that.
It's like having a fish on the line. You got it. You're trying to bring it in. You know, you're more. Sometimes I'm more excited than he is. He doesn't even know he's that good. That's how green he is. To me, that's the most fun I have during the day. I make a living helping people. A few bucks here, a few bucks there. But what really gets me going is trying to develop talent, trying to get something. You know, most kids come in the gym, they're nervous and uptight. This kid come in, it's like this, like he's been doing it since he was a kid. He's never been in the gym in his life. Unbelievable. I had one other kid like that come in the gym, all talent. Man, he could do everything. Everybody was saying to me, Mac, wow, this kid's something else, this kid's something else. Yeah, we'll see. And he won like 10 fights in a row. He was doing great. He came to me one day, he said, Coach, he was about 15. He said, I don't like it. I don't like the box. You know, I know, he says, I know I'm good at it, but I don't like it. I said, well, forget about it. So I didn't see him for about 10 years. Then I ran into him. He's a fireman now. He got 3 kids. He's happy as hell. Well, that's as good as it gets right there.
What are you gonna hit with that? Look, he laughed for killing his arm last year. Look at it. Oh, yeah, that's what killed that body. Body shit kill ass now. That's what they.
Holyfield's been down how many times?
Never.
Here we go. Head, body. There you go. Body, head. Vinny Paz highlights.
That's it right there. He was down. Huh?
Beat up.
Look at that. That's if he broke his neck right there.
He was intense as hell when he came into the ring. I remember him asking after he made his comeback, he was doing the ESPN interview. They're like, how do you get the FD? Like, yeah, you're raised. How do you come back? He's like, breathe.
Whoa, back that up. Watch this. Back that up. Unbelievable. See that back up? Huh? Watch this. This is lucky right here. It ain't lucky, but damn, that was perfect. Watch this. He's straight to them.
Here we go.
What's his knockout? What's his knockout? He slapped him like nobody did.
Look out. How did he get his neck busted?
Carver. What a tough motherfucker, huh?
We trained with broken neck here in throwback.
Come on, dog. Fast throwback. That's
Here's
good.
throwback.
That's fast throwback shit there. That's motherfucker got a bill. That's tough, dude. God. Look at this shit. And you know what? His thing was to take punches. You know what I mean? The guys got their gym a little mixed up. This is Fortune Gym. I think he's looking for Crunch. That's in West Hollywood. at that. That's the land.
Well, I'm in Vegas and I owe a bookmaker $10,000. So I gotta come up with this money. I'm fighting the guy at the Silver Slipper. And the only way I can get odds if I say what I'm saying, I get my friend who has the money to bet on the other guy. But I gotta get knocked out inside 2 rounds. So I go through, I get knocked out, I go through, I bang, I'm on the ropes catching shots. Referee stops the fight. I pick up the 10 grand and give it to the guy. I get out of trouble. Now, if I didn't pay him that 10,000, I may not be here talking to you guys. It's just the way that world is. Other times I was supposed to take a dive and I didn't take a dive. And guys lost money on me. Then I had to go to Florida one time. I had to pick up a couple suitcases full of probably drugs. I don't know, and deliver them. And that evened me out with the guy that I owed money. I've always been just a little shady when it comes to, you know, trying to make a living or whatever. Well, man, I'm here. I survived all that time in the fight game. I survived Vietnam. I got shot at the bicycle club in Bell Gardens. I was collecting money over there, and the guy pulled the gun. I grabbed the gun. The gun went off. He shot me in the foot. That happened. I had to take the bullet out myself because to go to the hospital with a gunshot wound, to deal with the cops and all that. That was there. I did that. You know, as a fighter, you're always close to shady people. I know it's good. Your boyfriend is gone running. Well, he was crazy a long time ago. But he's gone running with the other 2 horses. Yeah. Okay, bye. Get your headgear, don't forget your mouthpieces, don't forget your cup. I want you to take those with you now, so we don't, and when you commence that, bring everything, headgear, cup, trunks, mouthpieces, shoes, socks. Two minutes. So your dad coming back here? Your dad coming back to the gym? At the other gym?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop you out there. Here's one of the funniest things happened to me. I'm fighting in Mexico. I'm fighting in Tijuana. I'm fighting in a bull ring. And I'm fighting a guy named Ismael Ruiz. They call him, he was a doctor, the fighting doctor they call him. And we fight. In the 8th round, he cut me, and they stopped the fight. After the fight, we went across the street to his office, and he sewed me back up. That's pretty. I don't know if that's happened to anybody. But he sewed me back up. Another time, I fought a guy in Portland, Maine. I won a 10-round decision. I won every round, a guy named Ned Edwards. and I looked good. And I went out that night partying, and they called me. He said, "You want to fight him again tonight?" The very next night, they said, "You want to fight him again?" And I had no money. I said, "Yeah, I'll fight him again." So I went down there and drove down to Boston and got in the ring, and he's come to the center of the ring, and I'm smiling at him. Guess who, man? I'm here again, baby. Giving him all the stuff. I went out there, threw a jab, I dropped it. He threw a right hand over the top, knocked me cold. Very next night. So one night I beat him, I said, "See ya, buddy." And the next night he knocked me out in the first round. Go figure. You know? The fight game's different now. I mean, back then it's a lot more regulated now, but back then you could fight, 3 times a week if you, 4 and 6 rounds, just trying to make a few bucks. Yeah. What you got?
3.
1 minute. Body set. Seconds. No mas. So we're like 150 right now. Why don't you go home, eat supper, don't overeat, then tomorrow night have some breakfast, cereal or something. Why don't you eat all day? Come in here, work hard. After we leave, nothing after tomorrow night after 6, nothing. So we'll wait. Then we weigh in, and we go eat. All right. Good. Get a fighter, I'm going to say, hey, don't listen to a thing this guy says. He's just trying to get under your skin. And I say, if you're dumb enough to let this guy under your skin, it's going to affect the fight. So, that's like Duran when he walked by Lynn, when he fought Leonard the first time. He walked by his wife, he said, she's a fucking wolf. Leonard was so mad. All he wanted to do was knock Duran out. And he played right to Duran's game. That shows you how great Duran was. I mean, he just said that one thing that to turn the boxer into a slugger. And you can't slug with Duran, you're not going to win that fight. And then when Leonard fought the second time, he said, no, I'm not playing your game this time. You gotta, it was like cat and mouse. You gotta, you know, come after him and stuff like that. And Duran said, I'm not chasing this guy all night. He just quit. Crazy, man.